improvement. Would you agree, Jonathan? Meaning rain gardens and
Yes.
educational signs and trail through that leads
Yes.
to Gresham.
Correct.
Paige, I think I noticed in the chat some confusion about where what the return address is. Can you simply confirm that the printing shop is the place to return them?
That's correct. Like I said, when we went to go mail them at the post office, there was something with the zip codes. It was very confusing, and in order to get them out as quickly as possible, they ended up having to go to the printing company. It was an issue with the post office. I don't really understand it myself, but that was what had happened. But again, if you mail them back to where we are indicating you to mail them to, either Masada or we'll scan them in so that they get that information. Okay, moving on. Somebody asked what the URA funding is. I think the first initial is urban. I can't remember. Chuck, do you know what URA actually stands for?
Urban renewal. I can't remember what the A is, but it's funding for lower income areas that allows governments to go in and make some major improvements to help the area develop.
Correct, and I know that the funding is for blighted areas, and that's how we were able to secure the funding. So that's the URA. The next question, and I've seen several questions about the trees. So I don't know, Mersada, I know that we are planning on replanting a lot of trees. Or Greg, if we want to maybe talk about some of the areas for reforestation.
Sure. Well, as Jonathan pointed out, the main part of our park is on a cleared site. So I don't know where all the controversy is, because we're only trail.
I'm glad that was brought up, because I had a constituent who just wanted to, compliment the folks who cleared this land, because they did just, a really great job removing, it's just a blank slate now, right? It's ready for whatever we can envision, right? It doesn't have, all the soil microbes gone, the fertile soil, gone, the trees gone. Black Hall did such an amazing job, just taking, everything from this this parcel, and really just leaving us with a blank slate. This will take us as far as our imaginations can go, unless our imaginations include things like trees that are over 100 years old, wildlife that already lives here, the relationships that people already have with this land. They've really done a great job. This is originally Muskogee Creek land, and I'm sure they would just be so proud of what Black Hall has done with this space, and just applaud us for being such good stewards and taking such good care of our home. And as a DeKalb County resident and commissioner, I just wanted to really applaud y'all, applaud the planners for having the bravery to take on such a controversial project that I'm sure that they would love to have associated with their name, for doing such great community input. Right? Was it 98% of people that responded? Oh, somebody was correcting me. It was 2%. Tomato. So yeah, I just wanted to share, because I've heard some of those comments from my constituents, and so I just wanted to applaud y'all. Thank you so much, and I'll leave it back to the chat. If you want to read some of the more positive comments, I'm sure you can find a lot of them in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Ted. But yeah, we think the new trail will get us much closer, or will get us much closer to the creek, and allow for more educational opportunities to show off the wildlife and show what they're looking at. I wanted to address Brian's question about the bee pollination area, and I think that's a great suggestion. Everywhere I go, that seems to be a very hot topic to have a pollinator garden for bees, and that's a great idea. So we'll try to incorporate that.
Okay, so the next question was about a COP Academy. So that's not part of this scope. I'm not sure, maybe you need to be in a different meeting, I don't know. But that's not part of this scope. There's not going to be any kind of a police academy. So the next question is, what's going to prevent flooding when the wetlands are destroyed? And Jonathan, maybe you can add to this, but the wetlands, we're not planning on building anything in the wetlands. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, but our intention is to protect the wetlands.
Sure, that's correct. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of development regulations that would prevent development in wetlands. For the most part, the areas along Entrenchment Creek aren't being disturbed at all, so it won't be affecting wetlands there. On the east side of Boulder Crest Road, lower down the floodplain, there are some potential wetlands. They're very low quality at this stage, and that's why we've recommended doing some improvements to that area, bringing back native plants into them instead of the cottonwoods and the other things that aren't necessarily native to the area, or basically formed a monoculture in those areas, and upgrading the vegetation along that side of Boulder Crest Road. So, as far as flooding, Entrenchment Creek is an urban stream that's definitely going to flood. And so we've left as much undisturbed land in that floodplain. You can see that on our map there, the floodplain line. So we're pretty much, for the most part, avoiding any additional improvements that would stretch into the floodplain. And I think it's the same on the other side of Boulder Crest Road as well. For the most part, we're staying out of the floodplain area. So any wetlands and floodplains that are there wouldn't be disturbed as a part of this project.
Great, thank you. This question is about, wouldn't it be better to reforest track 3 to improve the landscape? So again, all of the tracks are being reforested and to help improve the landscape, and also we're planning on improving the current landscape as well. Let's see, will people who visit the park in its current condition be charged for trespassing or accessing the park? No, we're not planning on charging anybody any money to use the parks. Let's see, if you were having...
Could you address the trespassing question?
I'm sorry? Yeah, all of our parks are open to the public, so we don't charge people for trespassing or for...
Well, I guess the existing land up until the time that, I guess if this new section is built, the existing forest.
I don't understand the question.
I guess there are a lot of trails back here that people are currently using, and I think they might be afraid that because the land is now privately owned, that they won't be able to use those trails anymore.
Right, so that's what we've included in the master plan to, I think for lack of a better word, to reroute the trail. So in order to create the connectivity, so we're not losing anything. Right,
I guess I'm asking about the current state, right, as the current time right now, 2021 May, until whatever happens with this land happens, right, the section that will be cut down. Well, I guess it's DeKalb County. Well, I guess it's right. It's Blackhall property right now, correct?
Commissioner, the 40 acres.
Marvin, you want to take that?
Commissioner, the 40 acres belong to the Blackhall right now, and at this point in time, they have not posted that 40 acres for trespassing, or have they put up signs demarcating the fact that they didn't want anybody in there. So if there are informal trails there now, unless we are made aware that they're ready to do something with the property and they don't want additional people on, they will let us know. But
Oh, okay. I'll have to.
We don't have-
a lot of folks have asked about that, so
yeah, we don't have
my staff will reach out to Blackhall, but please let me know if you hear anything about that.
Yeah, because none of it has been posted at this point, so it's still being used as it was before the trade.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so the next question was about the post office again. We actually did delay the deadline. So like I said, we really did everything we could. I don't know what else to say on that topic. Let's see. Will the master plans be put online for the community? Yes. And I also saw a couple of comments about if we're recording this, and yes, we are recording. It can be accessed through our website. Let's see. So I don't see any other questions. So I think we'll go ahead and end the meeting.
Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, thank you, everybody.
We'll see each other at the presentation when master plan is completed.
Yeah, actually, if that would be a great note to end on. What are the next steps and what's the timeline again? If you could refresh our memories.
So we are going back to the drawing table. I guess we have some more mailers, as previously said, to organize. We will wait for them and then prepare really master plan and do the presentation via a public meeting similar to this one.
Well, I'm curious what a good percentage you think of responses would be.
I will let the parks respond to that question.
I think we've actually had a pretty good percentage. I mean, right now we're looking at 78 attendees on this call alone, which is a pretty high number for attendance at the community meeting. Again, if you were not able to get the mailer in, we're still taking mailers. You can still make them in so that we can include that in the next meeting. And typically it takes, Mersada, I don't want to put y'all in a corner. How long do you think we need? It looked like we were about 50% split on the concepts. What we do from here is we go back, and then usually it's a combination of concepts, and then we will share that at our next community meeting. So I would say, what do you think, Mersada?
I would say 3 to 4 weeks should suffice.
Yes, and we'll definitely get that press release out, as everybody knows of our next meeting.
Will it be on? I don't believe this one was posted on the DeKalb County calendar. Can we post this on the public website?
So any of the community meetings go through our communication and up to the communications office. I don't, Marvin, do you know, is that the way that they do that on that calendar?
I'm thinking so, because all of our public meetings, commissioners coordinated with the communications office, and then they control the county webpage calendar.
Oh, okay, so
But
I guess this one wasn't, when I just went on there, this one wasn't posted, so I just wanted to make sure that the next one was.
Yeah, we can do that, but you know, from parks, we don't control the overall county's calendar. We send notices to them for publications and.
I see. Yeah, so it'd be great if you reached out to just, you know, when you send them that next notice to be sure that they post it, because I think it's important. You know, obviously there are a lot of folks that are passionate about this project.
Yeah, we can do that and make sure it's on the park calendar also.
Thank you so much.
On our webpage, yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you everybody for attending tonight's meeting, and we look forward to showing you our final plan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.